Hello, Randy Rain here, and I have another ForceBot. How many of these things were made? This is
Randy Robot Garage.
So I've done videos on these before. Several videos actually, but I got this one like dirt cheap. So let's fix this one up. It's missing a battery door and a little piece back here on the back, and get it on eBay. So let me get started. I do have some molds for these things. I have the mold for the battery door, and I thought I had the mold for this, but I can't find it. I can find a mold for one of these. They're not the same, but I have one of them, but I don't need that. So I guess I'm going to start by making this one. This is my PyroBot, which is the exact same thing, except it just has a different sticker. And I've had to replace this one because this one I made, so I know I've made this mold before because I can see air bubbles in this one. But oh well. But that's glued in. This battery door is not original too. I made that. I do have this ForceBot though. This one actually makes smoke, and it's all original, and it has all these back here, and I've popped this one off, and once you pop them off, they will not stay on there. So you have to glue it back. So I need to make a mold of this one, and then I'm just going to glue it into here. It's not the same thing. They've added stuff. Look at that. This is a later version, and it has these little extra prongs that stick in those holes, and this one doesn't have the holes. There's no holes. So I think the answer is I just cut these off because I'm going to have to glue this back anyway because it will not stay on there. It's either cut these off and make a mold of it like that, or cut holes into this thing. I think it's easier this way. I'm just going to go with some little snips. Yeah, see, you won't ever see them. So, are we getting this in? Yep. Just need to clean them up a little better. Okay. I'm going to do a squeeze mold with this thing, and you want to kind of look at it in cup form. So it looks like a cup this way. So if it was hollow, it would hold water like that. That you want down. And so you got to build this up on a mound. Now I'm going to make indication marks so it line up easier. I like to take construction paper and infuse beeswax into it. I don't know how much I have left. Hopefully I have enough. I'm going to mix this pretty hot. Making it go off quicker shortens the lifespan. now I'm going to go vacuum it. Let's open this little fellow up. Well, maybe. Then you have 2 tabs, which I hate tabs. And then you gotta turn it this way and take this top part off here. Let the arms fall. Yeah, we got a cracked one of these things, I see. That's a no good. This pops off. Holy crap. Oh, this thing's all gone. The switch is gone. Not good at all.
Whoa, talk about your pieces of crap.
There's some more little tabs here. But you gotta take this off. There's some tabs here. This is broken half the time. Except that's not bad. That's usually cracked. And this is often cracked. That broke. Ah, what a piece of junk. It's about to fall apart here. Pop these off. This thing's has some tabs. Everything's broken on this piece of junk. The whole thing's about to fall apart here. Alright, let's take this piece of crap apart. This is sometimes different here. Sometimes there's just a hole just for the rod to stick out. And you can't get this whole thing out without taking these things off. Will I put enough grease on this thing? Jeez. I'm sure this is gone. Yeah, it's a 10-tooth that goes. Sometimes these are gone. That works. Jesus. This is disgusting. This thing just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, come on, that thing's always cracked. This one's always cracked, but it is. Spray a little WD-40 in. Try to clean some of this disgusting grease off. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open this motor up. No telling what it looks like. The brush came off, stuck to it. I can't believe this gear's still good, but I'm taking it off anyway. Now I'm just going to hit it with a 9-volt. Okay, so to put this bottom part back together, you have to put this in, and this usually has this 8-tooth gear with a little ridge on it. And that little ridge is needed, but I don't have one with a ridge. So you have to improvise. Motor. This is supposed to go in here and snap in place. That gear connects to that gear down there, and if it had a ridge on it, it wouldn't do that. But mine doesn't have a ridge on it, so it does that. But this one sits on top, and that one can keep it from coming up as long as this one is kept from coming up. This one has a 10-tooth up here, which is broken. Now the gear that goes on the motor has that little ridge, and that would keep this one in place, which would keep that one in place, and that's a 9-tooth. But if I replace it, I only have just a regular 9-tooth here. That won't stop that one from going up, which won't stop that one from going up. But all's not lost yet. Alright, before I go on, I need to address this broken switch. Now, I've rebuilt the switch before, but this time I think I'm going to use this little lever switch without the lever. Let's try. Just put a dab of CA glue. Make it go off. And test it. Lock it in place. Alright, I think that's the answer right there. I just noticed on this one, this thing slides out. I think that's different than the other ones I've seen. But you can see I got my switch in there. And so when this goes in, you can hear it clicking. Take that out for a second. This goes in like this, and then this is going to set in like this. And that 10-tooth gear is going to be right here. This is the only type of 10-tooth gear I have right now. So I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to put both of them on here. This one's going to go not like that. Let's put the cut end down. And I want it, I'll take this out. When this gets put in, it should be a little farther down, like that. So right along that ridge right there, that'll keep this from coming out, which will keep this one from coming out. Just put this on top to actually use as the gear. So it's going to ride just like that. Then the crown gear goes onto that one. Then the noisemaker gear. And now I just got to get this in there. Like that. This one goes here. Alright, I need to take more of this disgusting thing apart. There's broken pieces just everywhere. I'm just using some plastic weld. And both of these little arm things are breaking. I wonder if they will plastic weld together. This one's not really all that bad. It could survive just how it is. Now I have molds of these actually, so I could actually make these if I need to. Okay. This is the common, so the power is going to be coming through here, and depending on where it's clicked on the switch, either here or here. Okay, that should be everything in. this is still good. So I'm leaving this just like it is. There we go. It really stuck that bad? I can't believe it stuck this bad. Get out of there. Jeez. Okay. Not exactly what I had in mind, but it'll just have to work. I'm using the Onyx Fast. I'm going to put some in here, even though this really isn't that important. If this doesn't come out, that's fine. I'm gluing it in there anyway. Here is my mold that I made for the battery door a long time ago. I'm going to take silver powder and just coat the whole thing inside and out. Almost missed this one. There's supposed to be a little black tip right here on the end of the gun, but I have that mold. There. Well, that was a lot more work than I expected. These things can be a piece of junk, and this one was particularly junky, but it works. It's good to go. All the pieces are there, and it's in working condition. So, you ready to see it in action? Here we go. Well, I already have a ForceBot, and mine's metallic blue, silver, and gold, and puffs out smoke. And I have a PyroBot that looks just like this one. So this one's on eBay right now, so if you want to help the channel out, you can go throw down a bid. It's starting at a very low bid. If you also want to help the channel, I sure would appreciate a big thumbs up. Of course, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I want to thank these people. These are the patrons. These are the people who brought you this ForceBot from trash to treasure. How much of a treasure a ForceBot can be. But they are the ones that brought you this. So I thank them oh so very, very much. And if you enjoyed this video, you should thank them as well. And if you'd like to become one of these people that gets thanked like this, well, of course, there's links and all that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching the ForceBot Trash to Treasure. That was
Randy's Robot Garage.